Hi, I'm Tom Scarpello of Revology Cars. This is car number 209, a 1968 Mustang GT 2+2 in Harvest Gold Metallic with Ivory Nappa leather interior. Today I'm going to take you on a walk around of this car and we're going to go for a drive. Let's get started. All right, 1968 Mustang GT 2+2. Harvest Gold Metallic, not an original Mustang color. This is actually a 1999 Ford Crown Victoria color, but it really looks like it could have been an original Mustang color. You know, those earth tones were really popular in the late 60s. It just looks great on this car. This is the GT package, fog lamps. We have the turn signals in the hood, which was a really cool feature back in the 60s. This car is equipped with the VN 427 wheels in charcoal gray, which offers a nice contrast to the Harvest Gold. This is a 17 by 9.5, and the tire size is a 275, so it's a very wide tire. It gives it a really aggressive, hunkered down appearance. At the back of the car, it's straight 68 GT fuel cap. This car has the amber turn signals. It's for export. Not technically required where it's going. The car's going to Mexico City, but the client opted for the export lighting package. I really like this interior. So it's the Ivory Nappa leather. This is a Mercedes Nappa leather. The dash is a Mocha Brown. It's also a Mercedes color. It has matching nylon loop carpet. It's a dark brown carpet. And the genuine walnut wood grain veneer. The wood rim of the steering wheel is also walnut. It just looks so period correct. It's just a really kind of throwback 60s color combination. I think it's so cool. Although it wasn't technically a Mustang color combination, it very well might have been. You know, so many of these cars were built with these earth tone colors, and then later people repainted them, typically resale red. But this is the color combination of that time period. It's just really cool. So I'd like to point out an improvement that we've made. The original car was equipped with a kick panel that sort of wrapped around the pinch weld flange, and you'd stick the kick panel up over the pinch weld and shoot a couple screws in it to hold it in place. But that didn't provide any sealing, and so you relied exclusively on the door seal. So what we've done is, when we redesigned our kick panel, we eliminated that wraparound and we moved to this weather strip. It has like a windlace on it and then a weather strip, like a rubber bulb attached to it. And when you close the door compresses against this and provides a really good seal. And that helps to reduce wind noise. Same thing at the back. So on the original car, you had a piece of windlace that covered the pinch weld seal that didn't provide any real sealing at all. It was just a cosmetic garnish. But now we have this rubber seal and it compresses when you close the door. So it's just a lot of little things that collectively add up to a noticeable functional improvement. This car is going to Mexico City. This is the first Revology Mustang that we've shipped to Mexico City. That's pretty exciting for me because I lived there for 6 years. I'm very familiar with Mexico City. It is one of the most demanding environments for an automobile. Very, very harsh. First of all, it's high altitude, 7,200 feet, I think, at the base, and then it goes up from there. The mountains around Mexico City get over 9,000 feet. You lose a lot of power at altitude, roughly 20 to 25% of an engine's power. You know, you have to run that engine that much harder to get the same level of performance that you would get out of it at sea level. Then you've got a lot of really steep hills. You've got really rough roads. So it's a real tough environment for cars. You know, I was there with Ford Motor in the 1990s, and the Ford Taurus was the best-selling car in America back then, but it was a disaster in Mexico. The car was just not robust enough to be able to handle that harsh climate. Now, Ford in Mexico sold the Grand Marquis. Now, we didn't have a Mercury distribution network there. They sold the Grand Marquis under the Ford network. But Grand Marquis was a body-on-frame. That's the old Panther platform. It's a much more robust platform, and that car always did really well. It was very highly regarded in Mexico. You know, you think about Ford and the products that it has been successful with over time, well, in general terms, trucks. Since 1979, the slogan has been Built Ford Tough. Built Ford Tough. I mean, that is an awesome slogan. That's right up there with Ultimate Driving Machine and Just Do It. I mean, that is a keeper. And it just says everything. And you own a word like tough. But I never could understand why Ford didn't adopt Built Ford Tough for everything, not just trucks. The entire line of cars could have been Built Ford Tough. You know, the Fox body Mustang was Built Ford Tough. It was a simple, durable platform, easy to work on, not expensive. It just kind of checked all those boxes. But they somehow tried to treat the car customer as different from the truck customer, almost like it was a different brand. They had Ford, A Better Idea, Go Further, and then the somewhat desperate, if you haven't looked at a Ford lately, look again. You know, all that time, they had this Built Ford Tough that they could have just, not just as a slogan, but as a mantra for designing the vehicles, because really Built Ford Tough in the truck business at Ford, that's what it did. That was the marching orders for everyone that worked in the truck product development group, everyone that worked in the truck assembly plants. We do Built Ford Tough, that's what we do. Well, frankly, Ford's out of the car business effectively, except for Mustang, and the only reason Mustang's around is because it's an iconic nameplate. It's really a shame. There's really no reason Ford had to exit the car business. They just didn't approach it correctly. You know, had they really leveraged the heritage with Built Ford Tough and marketed a line of cars that delivered on Built Ford Tough, I have no doubt that they would still be here today with a very healthy car business. But hey, like I always say, what do I know? I'm just a guy who runs a little car company in Florida.